about what is it that you most want to make. You're more likely to make it, you're more likely to eat it. You're not going to put stuff in there that you really don't want to make. So these create an environment for you to cook what it is that you like. Just a few things, or like me, a whole bunch of things. And I think, Jessica, you like to cook. Sometimes. Yeah, sometimes. I know, that's the problem. We don't always want to cook. But you cook when you're in the mood, make a bunch of stuff, freeze it in these Lego systems or in the meal jars, and then you just pull them out when you want. I can't tell you how many times my soup pints have saved me. As I love my soups. And if it doesn't taste that good when I make it fresh, I don't freeze it. Because that would be the freezer cemetery. And how many of you have a freezer cemetery? You put a little bit of this, a little bit of that in the freezer, and then you can't tell what it is. And that's the other thing. These freezer cubes work for leftovers. You know, if you have leftovers like your soup, you know, you freeze it in there so you just may have one cube of that, but so what? You know, you have one cube of something that you really like. If you don't like it, give it to the, birds. Okay, let's go to the next slide. A couple different slides. Yeah, and so this was the way we started. This was the agenda that we had. And so is there anything here that we didn't cover that you want to know more about? This is where we might have some time to have discussion. Like, are you more interested in what are the possibilities for the Lego system or for the pint jars or for what is it that you want to know more about? Yes?
I'm interested in learning how to cook a wide variety of different foods.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, good. And are you pretty good at cooking the small number of things? Okay, so it's time to branch out. So then you decide, what kind of things do I really like? Do I like Mexican? Do I like Asian? Do I like, just American food? What is it that I like? You might watch a few videos, YouTube videos on cooking to see, ooh, now that sounds good, if you don't really know what they would be. The prepackaged things, I'm not going to get on somebody if they like the prepackaged things, but I don't do them. They're expensive. They're usually sprayed with some chemicals. I don't know. I can do that just as quick myself with my salad spinner, a chef knife, a big cutting board, chop, 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 chop. It doesn't take long at all to do that. But take the idea from the prepared meals and then prepare it yourself. They give you a lot of good ideas. One person I watched on YouTube, she goes to the freezer section and looks at all the stuff that's frozen to give her ideas of what she's going to cook and put in her freezer. Sarah Hart is a good freezer cube person, and I'll clue you into all the people that I like to watch. I can't do that, all today.
For me, even figuring out, because you were talking about have the tools you need. Well, we have drawers full of things that, and then I'll get rid of them, and then Jim will bring them back in, and then he'll get rid of them, and I'll bring them back in. It's like,
Yeah.
And it's really interesting when you've got two people.
Yeah.
One is, Jim used to be the one in the kitchen, and now I'm in the kitchen, but which is fine. I mean, we do great. But it's like, what do we need and what we don't need? We've got drawers full of stuff.
Yeah.
How much do I actually pull out of that drawer? Not a lot.
Yeah.
Not a lot.
And that can actually be fun. I don't know if you'd want to do it together as a couple or sneak in there sometime when Jim's gone. I'm not sure. I have lived alone for so long. I do what I want when I want, and I don't share well. So I'm not the best person to talk about how to do that, but figure out what would work for you. But I'm constantly going through my cabinets, my drawers, and looking at stuff when I'm looking at it on purpose. And then I go, oh, this drawer is too full. I can hardly shut it. And then I start pulling out stuff.
So like, how many knives do you have? You said you have that knife. How many knives do you have?
Well, let's see. I have, 6, 7 knives. I don't need all those. And I might actually, after this conversation, I might, get rid of some of them. You know, my friend Toots, she's a Filipino. She says, Americans, you know, I have one knife, and it's a big one. I'm like, okay. You know, we have so many gadgets and things, and if we don't use them, you know, think of a place you'd like to give them to, and that's all I need. We have the Copper Moose Market in Overbrook, and it's run by a really neat woman. Everything in the store is given to them. It's donated. And then every profit they make goes to a prison mission. And so it's so easy for me to gather up stuff that I don't need and bring it over there. They're the ones that I gave. Oh, I've given them so many truckloads. They really should have a wing that says Cheryl Miller, because, you know, things change. When I sold my retreat, you know, I had all kinds of stuff, and I thought, I could have a garage sale. I got some really nice stuff here. And then I thought, nah, I'm going to give it away. And so they loaded it up and took it off. And then, you know, I'm a collector, so I get more crap. And then I have to go through and get rid of it again. You know what I mean?
Living in prosperity, you're doing exactly what we thought.
The flow, yes. And it's getting easier. You think, ooh, it's hard to get rid of stuff. Well, it used to be for me. It used to be really hard to get rid of stuff. It's not anymore. I mean, I have a hard time getting rid of some of my knickknacks, but, you know, I don't have to. So, yeah.
How long can things remain frozen? Is there any limit to how long you can have vegetables frozen?
Yeah, you go online and it'll tell you how long, but I don't believe that. I don't, nuh-uh. I have frozen things in the, what?
How am I supposed to know?
Well, you're somebody who likes, I'm not, so what you want to do is you go find out how, and they have charts, how long you can keep stuff. It depends, well, it depends on how you do it. Like if you freeze it in glass jars, it can stay like forever because it's like hermetically sealed. Now, if it's frozen in these things and I couldn't get all the air out of them, then I would believe that.
Okay.
I would, you know, and you don't freeze these and have it be your freezer cemetery. You know, you're freezing it and you're going to eat them. You're going to eat all this stuff, and then you're going to make new stuff. You're going to have prep days where you cook and freeze. You know, cook and freeze. But you never get sick of something because you don't eat it more than once or twice.
How often do you do this routine? How often do you cook?
When I'm getting low on something.
So it's like once a month, twice a month?
I like making soup, so I just kind of make it all the time. I think, ooh, I'm in the mood for some ham and bean and potato soup. So I put cabbage in it too, and I'll just make it. It depends on how much of it you eat.
And then do you thaw everything like out on the counter or in the refrigerator? Like what's the transition?
Like if I'm making these freezer cubes?
Yeah.
Okay, what I would do is, if I have made a meal, this is an Asian meal, then I would put it in my glass container and put it overnight in the refrigerator with a lid on it and let it thaw. And then I would heat it up. I'm trying not to use my microwave. They're really convenient for some things, but I'm really trying not to use it. And so I'm using my convection oven, my air fryer, my regular oven. But a lot of what I do is I put it in my skillet. I have a high-quality nonstick skillet. You have to be careful about those too because they can be really hazardous to your health. But I have what I think is a really good one. You can't always tell because they lie, you know. So anyway, yeah, I put it in there, and I might put, you know, the rice here and the beans there, and then the sautéed vegetables here. Put a lid on it, put it on low heat, you know, go do something, set a timer so I don't forget. And then it's all heated up and all cooked. I really do like putting it in that particular pan.
Okay. So
I like.
Go like from frozen to warm it up, cook it.
Yes.
You don't have to transition.
No, you can go directly, you can go directly into your air fryer, into your oven, into your microwave, into whatever. You can go directly there. If you think a little bit ahead of time, that's why I kind of like the idea of making 3 Asian meals, 3 Mexican meals, 3, you know, whatever meals, putting the rice, the beans, the guacamole, you know, the stir-fried vegetables, putting those all in one. I've already made them. I think I might be confusing you. I've already made all the stuff, and it's in the freezer cubes, and then I take it out and I put it in these. This is all rice, all beans, all guacamole, all whatever. And then I might decide, you can do it that way too, and then you open up all of those and you pull out what you want. But I like to pull out all the things I want for my Asian meals, and I might make 3 bags of those, and then pull out the stuff for the Mexican meal, pull out the stuff for the American meal, and then I just pull out that one baggie. So you can do it either way. I do it both ways, really. I have stuff frozen in, I have all the rice, and you got to label it. You don't want a freezer graveyard. No, you want to label stuff. And I bought freezer tape because silicone doesn't like labels. They'll fall off. If they're cold, they fall off. If they're like warm like this, painter's tape will stick. But I bought freezer tape, which is a lot like painter tape. Yeah, and I've got this little gizmo. It sits on the side of my cabinet, and it's got freezer tape on it. And so here's the cabinet, here's the side of it, here's the gizmo, and I've got the tape here. I pull it, it's serrated, so I pull it, and then there's a little pen right there, and I write right on it. So that's the system that I have for labeling stuff, and it works really well too. I love stuff like that. So, any last questions? Did that?
You said you're taking 8. Is
Taking
that 8 on Sunday, 8 on Monday, Wednesday, or whatever?
Okay, if you are not planning to go to the any one of the immersion things, you can leave. You don't have to stay. There is a basket back there. It's a Unity love offering, and that's to pay Avery and to fill the Unity coffers. If you want to take one of my classes, there's 2 options. The Sunday one is half full, so I thought I better open up a Monday one too, in case people want to do the Monday one. So there's only 8 people. The 8 people will carpool or drive themselves to Overbrook, and then we'll gather around my kitchen and actually do stuff. We'll look in the cabinets, we'll look at all the stuff, we'll talk about recipes, we'll look at emotional eating, we'll have homework, we'll have handouts, we'll have taste tests, recipes, all that kind of stuff. And you can either sign up for the 4 Sundays, and if that gets full, then the 4 Mondays. And the 4 Mondays are 6 to 8 o'clock at night, but it's still going to be light. I didn't want anybody driving it at night. So how many people think they might want to do the Sunday afternoon one?
What time is it?
It's 3 to 5. So Gail's already signed up. I got 4 people already signed up. I can take 4 more. Does anybody want to fill that one?
Can we be a couple?
You could be the couple, this one. Yeah, right there.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. A couple is really meant for a couple, but you guys are
Yeah,
close.
we're kind of illegal, that's not allowed.
All right. So does anybody have any questions? And nobody has to do anything. I will teach this class for a minimum of 4 people, which I have, a maximum of 8 people, and I can take 2 payments if somebody needs to do the 2-payment thing. This is kind of a costly class for me to put together, so it'll be more expensive the next time I teach it. And this is the maiden voyage, so, it'll be cheaper now. But nobody has to do anything. Don't feel bad if you are not wanting to sign up.
Other than just how else do you promote your expertise? What are other ways that you do that?
Well, I do life coaching. I sold my retreat, and then I'm just now gearing up my coaching business and my teaching business. So I don't have other things right now to share, but I will.
You used to have clutter classes.
Yeah, and I'll be doing that. And what I'd like to do is if you people are not taking the immersion, but you want to just stay in touch, let's fill out this sheet, just pass it around so that I can let you know what's happening and when it's happening. Yeah, I'm just sort of getting back into it. Anybody have any questions?
I want to just think about, because I'd like to do it, but I don't know which, I need to go home with my calendar.
Yeah, no problem. Let me know pretty soon. We're having 2 weeks off. I figured everybody, is busy over the 4th and different things. So, yeah, let me know. If I need 4 people in either class, both classes. So that'll, if you're the only one that wants a Monday class, I probably won't offer it. But let me know, and then we'll see, because, people might need time to think about stuff. So you've got your little handout here. I'm collecting names and numbers so that we can stay in touch. I'll let people know about the carpooling if it looks like that's what we're going to do. And we have 3 or 4 more minutes. Anybody want to say anything else?
It was great. I loved it, Cheryl.
Good, good. I think well, we're teaching it right now during the low biorhythm time. Tired. It's unfortunate. But, when you go home and you look at your handouts, you think about it, you look at your environment, you think, whoa, I hadn't thought about that part of my kitchen. Wow, I haven't thought about my phone as an environment. Wow, I haven't thought about Unity as my environment. And you'll start looking at all these different environments and finding ways to make them work more for you. Yeah, so that the culture doesn't drag you around. You'll be designing your own personal environments. Don't let anybody else do it for you. And that's the challenge about having a spouse. They do it for you. And, we got to have some serious conversations here about, this is the environment you have, this is the one I want. Or how could we work together to create an environment that works for both of us? But, yeah. How are you doing, Phil? Yeah, how does this all landing for you?
Useful information.
Yeah.
I was a little concerned about that. Should we eat before or after?
I think this information is so fantastic because part of our spiritual journey should be caring for our temples, and the better that we feel physically, the easier some of the other stuff lands for us too.
Yeah.
So I think it's very much, some people were like, cooking, unity, absolutely, right? We gotta take care of ourselves.
Right.
So thank you for bringing this to us.
Thank you, and thank you for saying that. And I'm all about it. So even if nobody came to any of my classes, that's okay because I'm all about it. And I'm doing it for myself first.
Right.
It's like I'm going to make myself as healthy and happy as I possibly can be. And after the heart attack and some various changes, I'm more motivated than I was before. It's like, whoa, yeah, I'm not going to do some of these things that I've been doing before. So,
I'm just passing this.
yeah. Do what?
I wanna go home and declutter my kitchen.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
What's for this thing?
Well, I hope I didn't overwhelm people. Did I overwhelm you? Good. Have you got some ideas? Okay, good. Good.
So I'm curious what I know in the past, you've taught about clutter, you've taught about fitness, yoga. What kinds of things are rolling around in your mind now?
One thing that I'm really excited about is feng shui for interior design.
Well, that's right. You've done that.
Yeah. Decluttering is still right up there because it's so much a part of what makes us happy or not happy, because it drives so many of the systems that we have. But yeah, feng shui for interior design and just plain interior design, I'm real excited about. I want to bring people into my home and show them how I've designed a wall or a table or furniture and why I did it that way how you can do it, what are your tastes, what are your flavors. And I've made curtains from silk scarves with bling trim, and I want to, kind of show, because everybody has these standard curtains that look like everybody else's curtains, suburban curtains, and I thought, I'm a hippie, I'm a bohemian. I don't want those kind of curtains. I tried it. I ordered thousands of curtain things, and I thought, I don't like it. Then I came up with this idea to make curtains out of silk scarves. And they worked out really well. So anyway, you can leave whenever you want, or I can just stand up here and talk to you.
I'm interested, but with travel, I don't know that I could make I'd be more interested in Monday night, because I usually have stuff on Sunday, but I can't really commit for it.
Well, let me know, because I will be, designing these, you bet. I will be designing these 4 sessions. I'm at least going to do the Sunday one. And we got a committed person right here, paying for it.
For Sunday, do you have 2 now, or?
I have 4 people in
Yeah,
that.
for Sunday.
Yeah,
You have 4.
for Sunday I have 4. So, yeah, I can take 4 more
I see.
in Sunday.
Tracy and I would likely join to have that talk workshop, which day.
Yeah,
So
excellent.
I'll be in touch with you, text you soon.
Great, great, great. Well, thank you. It's a wrap.